Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Friday. I'm meteorologist Kevin Smith here again at the National Weather Service in Pocatello with your weather hazard briefing again for Friday, December 3rd. So, key points here for the next few days. We've broken this down really into three impacts that we're focused on here in the forecast. First, patchy dense fog, once again occurring for some locations this morning. I'm going to show you this to you on satellite, actually, here in just a moment, doing a pretty good job of picking up those areas. That'll be a problem for some spots through about 10 a.m. this morning. Otherwise, we're still under that persistent high pressure, mild weather, low impact weather regime that we've been in for quite some time now over the course of the day today, but that is changing in the very near future. It's going to start with a weak system moving through on Saturday and Saturday night, and you can see we're expecting some breezy conditions out of that, noticeably breezy for all locations just about across our forecast area. Finally, we really switch things up with a more substantial system moving into the region on Monday, lingering into Tuesday, with snow becoming expected here for most of the region. Confidence leaning pretty good on the evolution of fog this morning. Our high-res models have a pretty good handle on where it is now, which is certainly a good sign as far as trusting them as to where it's going to be in the next few hours. Confidence looking pretty good for the wind on Saturday and Saturday night as well. It's trended up just a little bit in the forecast compared to what we've shown you the past couple days. Still working out some details, though, with this Monday-Tuesday system. We've had some pretty good consistency in the models for the overall timing of the system. The occurrence of the system actually happening has been persistent, but still sorting out some of the temperature profiles, the snow levels, and the impact that's going to have on some of our accumulations out there, and we'll touch on that again here in just a moment. So, weather risk outlook for the next 5 days by day and geographic area here. There's a lot more to talk about, certainly, than we've seen over the past week or two here under this persistent ridge of high pressure. That patchy dense fog, like we mentioned, through about 10 a.m. this morning for a few locales here into the Snake Plain, Eastern Magic Valley, up into the Northeast Highlands. Here comes the preliminary system, the foreshadowing system, the taste of what's to come. Here moving into the area on Saturday, breezy conditions for all of the zones. Few light snow showers for a few spots in the eastern and northeastern highlands. Also up toward the Stanley and Chalice areas, salmon as well. Not expecting a lot of accumulation out of this, though. I think the breezy nature of this system is going to be the bigger deal. Not so much any significant precipitation or snowfall amounts. We'll linger some of those breezy conditions into Sunday. That may be kind of an all-day thing here in portions of the Snake Plain, Magic Valley, South Hills, Raft River region. More of a morning thing with winds decreasing over the course of the rest of the day for most of the rest of the forecast area. But otherwise, low impact day Sunday, with no other weather impacts or precipitation expected over the course of the day. Here comes that system for Monday, more widespread rain and snow. We're slowly cutting back on the coverage of rain here. Our snow levels are trending a little bit lower. Our temperatures are trending a degree or two colder. There's going to be a lot of locations that are probably going to pick up at least a few snowflakes, if not some accumulations, particularly in the mountain areas. I'll show you that here in just a moment. A few of those snow showers lingering into Tuesday here in the southern and eastern highlands, diminishing over the course of the day as this system moves out. Headed toward a little bit of break between systems as we head into your Wednesday next week. No watches, warnings, or advisories in effect at the moment for our southeast Idaho forecast area. Still have that air stagnation advisory out here in the west as you head up the Treasure Valley toward Boise. Also a high wind watch issued by our neighbors here at the National Weather Service in Great Falls as you head over Monida Pass. Or up over Reynolds and Targhee here into southern Montana. And this is for Saturday's system, again, where we're expecting at least breezy conditions, although not quite meeting any criteria for alerts down in our area or widespread problems here. Satellite, some cool things to note on the satellite this morning, at least again if you're a meteorologist, I guess. Elongated area of high pressure here where you see lots of clear skies just to the south of our forecast area. You can see clouds to the south of that area are moving westward here as you get down into Southern California and Nevada, but they're moving eastward up here just to our north, and you can kind of visualize, if you follow my cursor, this clockwise rotation around this general area of high pressure, really noticeable and nice to see here on the satellite presentation. Still, that active storm track to our north where you see this stream of cloud cover and a little bit of moisture just to our north. Want to pause here too and take a look at fog. So you can see these areas of blue and blue shading here that are expanding across portions of craters of the moon. Idaho 75, I believe it is, just north of Shoshone, seeing this. Tomcat Summit, extending into the INL Puzzle, intersection there of US 20 and US 26. A little bit of development just to the north of Idaho Falls here as well, where my cursor is. So out in this general region from north of Shoshone out to the INL area, over to Tilden Flats, up to I-15, just north of Idaho Falls. If you're traveling anywhere across that region this morning through about 10 a.m. or so, be ready for some sudden drops in visibility and some patchy dense fog. So slow down, use your low beam headlights, watch those road lines and reflectors to help guide you if you are in some dense fog. Leave plenty of space between you and other vehicles, and if you do need to stop, pull off the road safely so that you're not a hazard to other vehicles. A little bit lower confidence as to whether or not we'll see some patchy fog once again for tomorrow morning going into Saturday morning, but certainly it is with us for a few spots this morning. Not a lot of webcam imagery this early without any sunrise, any lighting out there to kind of show us things, but here's an image just a little while ago out at the INL Puzzle, US 2026, showing some of that fog kind of drifting in and out in that area. And it doesn't look too terrible here, but visibilities on the sensors have been dropping below 500 feet at times with this patchy fog this morning. Low temperatures as you head out, pretty stagnant compared to what we've seen the past few days, generally upper 20s to around freezing, depending on your exact location. High temperatures today, still a little on the mild side for this time of year, heading toward 40 in Island Park, but 50s for Pocatello, Burley, Oakley, also for places like Stanley and Salmon and Chalice up here, the population centers in the Central Mountains, so not a huge trend here. We're going to hold on to this for Saturday as well as this little breezy system comes in. You can see here temperature Saturday, very similar and still getting up into the 50s for some of our population centers here in the south. Winds for Saturday, and I say Saturday plus here. This is Saturday and Saturday night, possibly into Sunday morning with these winds. Over here on the left, we have sustained wind values across the region, generally coming in at 15 to 25 miles per hour, but a few spots sustained a little higher, closer to 30 miles an hour, particularly out here over the INL and at some of the peaks and ridge lines here lighting up in our various mountain ranges. Over here on the right, wind gusts expected in this regime, again, Saturday afternoon, Saturday night, maybe early Sunday morning. Just about everybody gusting over 25, but some pretty good real estate now here, gusting 35, maybe 40 miles per hour for some of these areas, as shown here on the map. Generally a west-southwest wind across the region. With this system, you can see this has trended up. This has increased just a little bit over what we've shown you the past few days. We'll have to watch for isolated blowing dust or some spots where particularly empty tractor trailers are certainly going to be feeling the effect of that wind. We're still, though, not meeting our wind advisory criteria or expecting widespread problems out of this. If you're looking for snow with this first system Saturday and Saturday night, here's where you may need to go. A few snow showers up here in the Central Mountains, generally north of the Wood River Valley, places like Stanley, Chalice, and Salmon, maybe seeing some flakes, but very little accumulation. Some of the higher peaks and elevations here getting an inch or two. Also over here into Island Park and maybe along the Wyoming border, a few flakes with an inch or two in the higher elevations. High temperatures Sunday and Monday, noticeably cooler. So here we go. Here's the pattern change. Here's where we're headed with this next system coming in. Again, quiet on Sunday other than some lingering wind, but high temperatures pretty close to freezing for places like Spencer and Island Park and Driggs, only getting up to about 40 or so here into the eastern Magic Valley and some of our other population centers. Very similar over here on the right graphic, which is Monday's high temperatures, as that system moves in. You will notice here some places are still forecast to reach at least 40 technically for your high temperature at some point on Monday, but that's not that many degrees above freezing, and these temperatures have backed off a few degrees as far as those high temperature readings. So we are watching pretty good coverage on snow as our predominant precipitation type across the region on Monday. Here's a very first preliminary look at what our forecast is spitting out here as far as snow accumulation. So two things I want you to notice here. First, kind of ballpark accumulations. Sawtooths, boulders up here around Stanley and the Central Mountains. Certainly some locales seeing 6 inches or more. Looking likely out of this system. Also over here into the Big Hole Mountains, the Tetons, 6+ inches up here as you get up in elevation. The Bear River Range picking up on that as well. But the second thing is look at the coverage of shading in general on the map. Certainly indicative of the coverage of that snow as our predominant precipitation type, with some at least light accumulations or periods of noticeable snowfall down into most of the valleys here. So we're coming up right now with about a dusting to an inch or two here for a few of these spots, like the Wood River Valley and up toward Rexburg. A little bit more as you head up into Fremont County along US 20, maybe Driggs as well. So these numbers are certainly going to trend some direction here as we continue to refine and update the forecast over the next few days. But this is an early snapshot at what this Monday, Tuesday system may bring as far as snowfall. And that's what we're looking at here. Hope everyone has a great Friday. If you have questions, comments, concerns, we are here 24/7, so please reach out and have a great day.